When somebody starts thinking in mother tongue and speaking in English, it's really less practical and it doesn't help the students developing their language skills. So it's really a barrier to develop the language skills of the students. So a language classroom, when they learn the language as a second language or as a foreign language, so all the areas should be covered in the uh, classroom. Say speaking, reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary. So all the areas should be focused. Now, in our context, especially in Sri Lanka, least attention is paid for listening development. And that's mainly because even the teachers, they try to speak either in Sinhala or in Tamil in the classroom. So the students are not exposed. The teacher is the most important resource in the classroom, and the students should try to develop their listening skills using the teacher. So even when they interact with the other friends, so the teacher should create listening tasks in a way that the students have enough exposure to listen and to develop their listening skills. Now, think about the speaking skills. Now, we have so many educated people in our country. So, among those who are good, those who are better in language skills, so we can't find satisfactory number. Uh, and even among those who can speak in English, we can't find fluent speakers because they have less practice. Now they study something by heart and try to produce it once again in a context where they are expected to speak in the language. Now, even when they make a speech, what they do is to write down the speech in a piece of paper and to uh, talk together. And even when they make a presentation, it's the very same thing practiced by many of the learners. So then they can't naturally speak. So in our classroom, I have created so many activities where the students can practically improve their speaking skills. So there are so many methods to develop their confidence. Confidence building is really a challenge for a teacher when he deals with the uh, learners who don't like that much uh, speaking. So it's really a challenge. So we have the plan for it. And for reading, uh, now I'll give you a very simple example. Now think if the reading text, let's think it's a story. The story in English is translated it into Tamil or Sinhala, and the students are asked to answer the question. So maybe that's matching, multiple choice question, so WH question, so and gap filling or transfer of information. So having that idea in mother tongue, they try to find the answers. Learning doesn't take place. Reading doesn't take place there. So to activate schemata in the brain, the teacher should very carefully plan the activities. When engaging in the activities only, the reading skill is developed in the student's mind. So the activities I have planned are focused in that way. So for writing, They need good grammar, vocabulary, and should use grammar correctly in writing context. So they should have different exposure, because in a practical context, they have to write a lot. So, and even in the language tests, so their writing skill is tested. So I planned everything for that. And grammar is not just for learning grammar in isolation is rejected now. They should. I'll tell you a simple example of this. Now think when they are ask questions on a particular grammar rule, the students know the rule and they can do the activity. If it's a test, they can answer the grammar questions. But it's a big question mark whether they can really apply that learned grammar in the maybe it's writing or speaking, so they can't do that. So contextual grammar is taught. For example, if that is a reported speech, let's say, learned rules on reported speech should be applied when the student starts writing a story. When they write an answer in literature, so the student should be able to quote something said by somebody. So that skill should be developed. So that's what we call contextual grammar. So yes, I'm ready to deal with that with your children. And developing vocabulary, now simply finding the meaning in mother tongue and studying that by heart. So that is the least useful way or least successful way of developing vocabulary. There are so many methodological ways of developing students for vocabulary, and so all the words in English cannot directly be translated either to Tamil or Sinhala. So they should know where to use it and how to use it, and the way of pronouncing the particular word and the meaning in context. Yes, the class is ready for developing vocabulary in that way. So for joining the classes, so you can send me a WhatsApp message or directly call this number. So see you in the classes.